Welcome back, third graders, to lesson 9-6, part 2. You started this lesson yesterday, and this is a review of what you were working on when we left each other yesterday. You were going to work on figuring out how many boxes Emma would need to take to the farmer's market. If she packed 16 apples in each box, how many boxes is she going to need to take all of her apples to the market? And she had 176 apples. You could have used your calculator. However, if you remember, you could not use the division key because the division key was going to be broken. So really what they did not want you to do is just simply go 176 divided by 16. That might have given you a partial answer, but not the whole answer. So your task was to show or tell how you used your broken calculator to solve the problem. Well, since I can't see what you did, I have some samples to show you. The first sample that I'm going to show you is from Child A. Here's what Child A did. They made a calculator, so they're showing me what they did. And they had 176. Could not use the division key, so look, there is no division key, just a multiplication, subtraction, addition, and the equal sign. How clever is that? And then in words, they're telling me what they did. So they said that first I pushed in 176, next I pushed minus 6, and then minus 16 because there's 16 in each box. So they started at 176 and they subtracted 16 because they're taking 16 apples away, and they kept subtracting 16 until they got to 0, and they said they pressed it 11 times. So they came up with 11 boxes. Pretty clever. Let's look at the next student. Excuse me, student B. Well, here's what they did. I pressed 16, 1, 6, so they pushed the buttons 1, 6, that's why they're boxed, to get 16 on the calculator because each box holds 16 apples. Then I did a plus sign, see right here, and then another 16 in the calculator to get 16 plus 16 equals 32. And then they kept pressing the equal sign till I got to 176. And they kept track of how many times they pressed the equal sign, and they pressed it 11 times. And then they double checked it. Oh, this is clever. Then they double checked it by doing 11 times 16. 11 for the number of times it took them to get to 0 times 16, and then they got 176. So then they knew they had the right answer. Oh, pretty clever. So here's B and here's A. Something that they did that was the same is they both used repeated subtraction. So they both subtracted 16 until they got to, they used repeated action. Child A used repeated subtraction. Okay, and child B used repeated addition. So they added 16 plus 16 plus 16 plus 16 until they got to 176. And child A started at 176 and repeated minus 16 minus 16 minus 16. So they both made their calculators do an operation over and over and over again until they got the answer. And how are they different? Well, child A used subtraction. Child B used addition. Both pretty clever ideas. All right. Now I'm going to show you another example. Here's child C. Well, how do they do it? It says, first I wrote down 170 plus 6, and I got 176. So that means the farmer's market got 11 boxes of apples. So they added 170 plus 6, and that was the number of apples. Did this child find the right number of boxes for the apples? Yes, because 11 is the correct number of boxes for 176 apples. Did this child show a strategy for using their broken calculator to solve the problem? No, I don't see it. This child only said that the farmer's market got 11 boxes, but didn't say anything about how to use the calculator to get the answer. So a way for child C to improve his work or her work would be that this child should write out the keys to press on the broken calculator to find the answer, because we really don't know how he found the answer. He didn't tell us. Okay. I have another example to show you, and this is child D. And so let's see what they said. First I did 10 times 16, then I got 160, and then I did 160 plus 10, and then I got 70, and last I did 170 plus 6, and I got 176. I also did 11 times 16 equals 176. Now, looking at their explanation, what operations did child D use on the broken calculator to solve the problem? Well, they used multiplication and addition. Okay. So how did the child use multiplication on the broken calculator? Well, they multiplied 10 times 16. And with addition, they added 160 plus 10, and then 170 plus 6. Oh, another multiplication they did was 11 times 16 equals 176. Did the child leave anything out of this answer? Well, I can see how this child might have been thinking about 10 boxes when he did 10 times 16. But is he really saying what the 10 is for? No, he's not saying it's 10 boxes. He just said 10. So that would be a way he could improve is first I did 10 times 16 to show 10 boxes of 16 apples. So it's really important that you use all your words. Now, I think that this child got 11 boxes because he started with 160 apples and 10 boxes, and then added 10 more apples and 6 more apples to get the 16, to get that last group of 16, and that would make the 11th box. Now, why do you think that this child broke the 16 into 10 and 6? Why do you think that? Well, maybe because 10 is an easier number to add than 16 is. And this child added 10 to 160 first, and then added 6 more to see how many apples would be in 11 boxes. Could this child have made their answer a little bit clearer? Well, maybe, because they could have said that when adding 10 and then 6 to 160 to make 176, they could have said something about adding 1 more box of apples to get a total of 10 boxes. So you really want to make sure that you use your words and explanations when you're writing out how you solved a problem. Okay, great. Now for drum roll please, your last math box page of the year. I know that there might be some others in your math journal, but this is the official last math box page of the year. It's on page 290. for lesson 9-6. This is it. Today was your last math lesson. Tomorrow, you're going to work on your unit review. And next week, we're going to take the Unit 9 test. Can you believe it? It has gone by so fast. Now we're going to be finishing up math a little bit earlier than the school year. Don't worry, I'll send home some math practice things, some math games, some math work, and some math fun for you to do until the end of the school year. Good luck with everything. I'll talk to you soon.